GKB, how are you all doing today? Welcome aboard to Gusto Ko Biyernes, live from the headquarters of Cringe Entertainment Network. It's yours truly, DJ Sen. How you all feeling, everybody? Um, Let me get straight to the point here for the rest of our broadcast. First and foremost, why is GKB not in BGC as originally promised and originally scheduled? First and foremost, the onslaught of Typhoon Paolo has mainly to blame with this sudden cancellation, although I did still push through with the program itself. But the trip itself will not push through, of course. And second, there will be some major changes on Friday afternoons right here on the one and only station that cares for you. And of course, your station, your home. Number one in Mega Manila, right here on Cool FM. We are live on our online radio websites, Zeno.fm and onlineradiobox.com. I guess we are also live on our social media platforms. I'm pretty much sure that is already Therapy at this point, doing the streams as well. So I want to say hi to Therapy as well, who probably missed out with Cairo did manage to do the graphics, and Therapy did the rest of the play out, and I think he's also doing it right now as well. So Therapy are kind of, I mean, it's understandable that the man had classes. So who am I to stop it? Who am I to let somebody outside of my influence, outside of my sphere of influence, persuade somebody to cut classes? Wow, cut classes! Imagine that, and do his duties as a technician on a station where we're just having fun. So, first and foremost, regarding our coverage will be available. The stream of Teachers' Day celebration will be available only for 30 days. So, meaning after November 3, that will be gone. Aw, but we have to accept the mere fact that Facebook has been deleting live streams. I mean, it's already been their service couldn't handle it anymore, and that's pretty understandable. But at the same time, that's why we have our other social media platforms. If in case you're probably unaware, if you missed the live stream of the Teachers' Day celebration live broadcast, you can watch it again via replay on Facebook for 30 days and unlimitedly on YouTube, youtube.com/TGON Entertainment. And later tonight on TWC, I'll be officially announcing the next live event that the most historic collaboration of all time will be covering. Now, spoiler alert, no, it's not UN. I'll give you a head start. No, it's not UN. Last year, United Nations Day used to have a fashion show. It used to have a Q&A. This time around, it is classroom-based, just like what happened with Buwan ng Wika, meaning to say that we are not going to air the event at all. UN is scheduled for October 28th. That is a Tuesday. And second, who am I, if ever, like, even though regardless of what would be the format change of UN, who are we to air an event that will last from 7 to 3? We are still fine with 7 to 12. But why 7 to 3? I don't understand. Does this necessarily mean that we will have to cater each and every one of us? That's just amazing. I mean, in all honesty, I have no clue on why is it 7 to 3. Now, about our trip to BGC, if you may recall, last year during one of our old programs, My Tulugan with Geometric, we did had a time zone gambling segment on My Tulugan, and I don't know if this time around we're gonna do it again. But this time, under other programs of Cool FM. Now the question here is, now that TDS is temporarily gone until further notice, what will be the program that you'll get to see? Obviously, Cool FM Hangout is an option, but I don't know whether our trip would last the entire night, just like last time around. We're not even so sure about that thing. So hold on to your seats. I'll try my best to at least provide you with some information on TWC tonight. But one thing is for certain, we are not going to air UN. And if ever there will be an event on November, then it's going to be a classroom based segment as well. So I'm now giving you a head start. There will be no events, no more events for October and November. So you'll have to wait for December. And as I've already mentioned on, I believe this was TWC from last time around, we will be airing the field trip. We will be airing the field trip, but it's not a coverage. It is not its own program itself, but rather it is part of a quote unquote coverage of Cool FM Prime Time. Now, field trip is a Thursday. It's going to be a Thursday. And I'm not going to tell you the exact date. Only the higher ups know about this. So they have the right, they reserve the right to know. But field trip is a Thursday, so that means if ever TDS is going to come back, unfortunately, they are not going to hit the jackpot this time around. They did not make it a Friday, they made it a Thursday. So the only programs that you'll get to see on Thursday will be Kairos' own program, Ask Yours Cafe, and the other programs that you'll get to see on Cool FM. Now, considering the possibility of a very late night dismissal, we might actually do a TWC special episode there. But I'll check the schedule because I haven't read the schedule in full. I haven't read it entirely in its entirety, so I'm gonna go review myself on what's going on with these changes lately. But one thing is guaranteed: we're going to do a part 2 of Ambato Bus. So that's that's our goal. If there's a hole, there's a goal, right? That's our motto. Yes. And again, I'll be telling you the next event on TWC tonight. No spoilers. No spoilers needed. And after GKB, unfortunately, this will be the last episode of GKB. For now. For now. Gusto Ko Biyernes has been on hiatus for a very long time, just as much as my good friend and colleague Stu's show, YWS, and it's understandable because just like what Geometric has announced within the last couple of weeks ago, by the way, shout out to him, he has been practicing for his school's press conference. And Stu is also facing the same thing. She is participating SPC. So these two people are taking a break. They're putting their shows on hold. So I wish them well on their journeys, and I'm hoping they can at least represent their own schools at the NSCP, and hopefully they'll find a veteran journalist who will be a guest speaker there. Because last year, I believe, no, not last year, but this year rather. This year, I believe it was Jessica Soho who was the guest speaker at the time. And I'm hoping a very amazing name, a very household name rather, would take over the guest speaker position. Somebody that the general public know. So I wish Stu and Geometric well. And one thing is for sure, unless if I get any additional information regarding YWS, I'll tell you more about that one as soon as possible. But as far as Stu is concerned, she is still stuck with practicing for the upcoming student press conference. GKB is put on hold right after the end of November. So we will have to rush things. We still have to research. We still have to do a lot of essays and stuff. We still have a lot of writings to do. So second quarter, I believe, will be one of the most shortest of the second quarters that I've encountered throughout my entire academic life, which is second quarter of this year. So this is going to be very tough, especially time management. Third, GKB ran out of steam. Ever since GKB was acquired by us from the former GKS, we really couldn't find at least some form or some way of actually hosting the program as a whole for quite some time. And I've been using this availability at that time, at the during those times when GKB was still on break, to do a lot of household chores mainly, and school duties as well. And I still have to rest at that time. In fact, right after this program, I'm going to take a quick nap. And I'm hoping I'm not going to oversleep and miss out TWC tonight. We got plenty of stuff that we will be telling you throughout the length of our broadcast. And I I have reviewed the live stream. I made a mistake there, but there's a reason for that one, and that reason is because by that time I was speaking regarding the clubs, the intermissions. I accidentally bit my tongue, so it was painful, and I couldn't speak properly at that time. So instead of performing arts, I said performance arts. So my sincerest apologies. So if you will see on the live stream, why is it performance arts? Why is it performance parts instead of performing arts? I'll take responsible for that one because I bit my tongue by accident. So things like these happen, and it's pretty much unavoidable to experience the effects of it. And also, during that time, I was doing S double P. During the break time, I was actually doing S double P. Not Sunday primetime party, but the school primetime party, and it's not even prime time. What the heck? But yeah, I just basically did the S double P. Everybody knows that whenever it's break time, I always seize the moment to turn break time into my own program, which is obviously S double P. In fact, on Sunday, I want to invite you. On Sunday, I'll be having a 3-hour live set coming to you live from a certain location. I'm not going to tell you because obviously out of concerns of privacy. We'll do that one when we are all famous, okay? But in the meantime, while we're still stuck with a very measly small audience for now, I'm not going to tell you which area I'll be playing that set. So DJ Sen, 3-hour live set this Sunday, the 5th of October from 11 p.m. to, no, not 11, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. next day, October 6th. Now, I am really tired. Like, I woke up at 4 in the morning from a sleep that was actually cut it off. I slept at 10, then I woke up because my sleep at that time was cut short. I woke up at around 1:30-ish, and then I went back to bed again at around 2 o'clock, and then I woke up again 4 o'clock because that was my alarm. And then I was told to go at 6:30. I was told to go at 6:30 at school, but as usual, our area is filled with traffic jams. So who am I to judge? Um, by the way, we left at 5:45. That's 5:45, and we were stuck for a very long time. It didn't help that there were lots of minivans, like the white vans and stuff. It's just disappointing that I had one commitment and I failed it, and that is of course not just the birthday trip of a certain person. Birthday trip of a certain person. I'm not gonna tell you who out of privacy. Okay. Birthday trip of a certain person, and that's all I can say. That led to the postponement, but it's pretty obvious because obviously it's raining. 15 minutes before we leave the airwaves, or 16. It's not yet 1:45. It's still 1:44. What the heck? I still have plenty of stuff to talk to, but oh, okay. Um, you know, I have managed to work with the student council for the first time, and they were all friendly. They were all lovely, and I had the honor of working with them more than the student publication team because they were just there doing their own job. They were just doing like I was just there at the sound system. I was there at the sound system corner, and then that's it. That's my role. Aside from streaming it live, that was my role. I was just there sitting, partying. I was just minding my own business as much as they mind their own business. They have their roles, I have my own role, so that's a win-win situation. And I don't care if they're going to ask me Where did you get? Where's your videos? Where's your contribution? Excuse me. I'm not trying to be arrogant here, but have you saw my cell phone stick next to the principal's office, next to the admin's office? Have you saw my other gadget literally displaying a freaking graphic with our logo, and it literally says, just couldn't believe it. And then they'll just ask me, please post your photos and videos. Excuse me, I have my own in the form of our radio station called TGO and Cool FM Manila. And then please search it on our social media platforms. No, I am not gonna be that person. It's up to them on if they're going to discover that thing. It's up to them. It's their mission, not mine. Okay? I'm not trying to be arrogant nor ignorant, but hard truth, man. Common sense. We've been on the air for a very long time, and then you're gonna ask me, where's your videos? That's just insane. I mean, I did pick a role of becoming a videographer, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can fulfill that thing because obviously we do have our streams. Everybody knows that already at this point. So that's all I can say. I'm just fulfilling my job. I'm just fulfilling my goal in life, not only to spread the word of the most historic collaboration of all time, but at the same time raising both the school and our radio station's profile. Still, it's a win-win situation, and we should all be grateful for that. So I'll be relying onto the photos and the videos by the rest of the publication team, and that's all I can say. I might say something controversial, but hard truth. There is social media for a reason. And then you would say, you should have went through the social media cluster instead. Listen, I have no experience in managing social media. I'm only there on social media to communicate, to text, to get in touch with my friends. But I'm not there to go live to do like being like real deal, being a real deal technical, like literally managing a lot of stuff. No, I'm not that kind of person because I have no knowledge whatsoever. Okay? I'm here to learn. But if they're forcing me to learn, then that's not right. There's a huge difference between somebody who's willing to learn and somebody who has been told to learn immediately as if you are in a rush. That's not fair. All right? So that's all I can say. And the student council is much more amazing, honestly. The student council is much more amazing. Like I did had a simple back-to-back set with the team. As you have already saw the live stream earlier, I was literally chatting with them regarding on what songs we should be playing, and I ran into it. Here's the thing: we almost abruptly left the airwaves because I ran out of load. I mean, I had high expectations that that my mobile data was still big because I did not even used up a lot during those 4 days of face-to-face classes situation. No. But then I was told by Globe, Mundo 5G, uh, I only have less than 500 megabytes left. So I rushed to call them, to call my grandma, and told me that to wait. But for how long? But it didn't take long. And soon enough, we pushed through with the broadcast. It was really worth it. I was like, Grandma, do you have Gcash? Make sure to withdraw from your online gambling application and then send it to me via Go Plus 99 5G. No, the online gambling is a joke. But seriously, that was the entire conversation. That was the summary of the entire conversation. Do you have Gcash? No. Then uh, I'll just wait. And then boom, there goes my load. That's amazing, brilliant. It's just amazing. Like it was literally near danger limit, and then out of the blue, I got it back, and then the rest is history. And congratulations as well to the winners of the what is this? The contest relating to Teachers Day. They all had prizes, uh, and their drawings are very spectacular, especially the grand winner as well. Shout out to the hostess of the program, the vice president of the student council, Ashley, and the other Ashley. Imagine that. Both Ashleys, two Ashleys are your masters of ceremonies, master of ceremonies of the event. That's just brilliant. Two Ashleys. Wow. For lack of a better term, they're not twins. They just share the same name. Um, and in all honesty, it was worth it. And I used the entire break time doing Sunday prime time. I spoiled myself. I spoiled myself. You'll have to figure that one out tomorrow about what will happen with SWP, about what will happen with Sunday Primetime Party, now that we already have another party in the form of Vibe on TV5. This is brilliant. Okay, what is this? Before we leave the airwaves, what the heck is this? Okay, I shouldn't comment on this. This is a very sensitive topic. A very sensitive topic. But I should call out to all the bashers out there, get a life, get a job. And if ever bashing is your job, how much are you getting paid from bashing? Does it feed your family? Does it feed you? Does it make you survive every day? That's all I can say to the bashers. And lastly, before we leave the airwaves and to make way for the next program, which is obviously what's the next program? P-Pop Express, I believe. That's the next program. And after that one will be GJG with his amazing collection of rock and roll with rock weekdays. Oh, and you know what? Before anything else, I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue on what will be the next live event, because why not? I'm running out of topics. Our first clue, and only clue, before we do our grand reveal. Our first clue will be it has something to do, because of course it's December, as I mentioned earlier, December, right? So it has something to do with Christmas. It has something to do with Christmas. And I think it's pretty obvious to everybody that about what will be the next live event broadcast. Now, I wouldn't mind if this is yet again classroom based, because last year it was a mix. It was a mix both of a general program itself and then classroom based. Classroom based, which includes gift giving, of course. That's the, of course, tradition, and as well as some games, which is fair and wonderful. And I only realized MSA is actually here. One more thing, Mr. MSA Show, may sasabihin ako, may My I shouldn't say that thing. May sasabihin ako host about the venue. About the venue of the field trip. One of the events, the other venue, the other main venue of the field trip will be at your province. So I don't know if the Ambato bus that will be deployed during that time will pass through your headquarters. So I don't know, but one thing is certain: the venue will be at your province, and then ours' venue is obviously beside your province. To your right, basically, to your right, and it has a lake. It has a bay, or a bay. BAY. What else do we have in here? Before we leave the airways, man, I really wanted to fill the last 4 minutes. Before I head to bed and snore like a toddler. Today's the last day of me being a kidlet. But only on paper. Only on paper. Only on documents. Because there's a tradition. Alright? But today's the last day of me being a kidlet. I will miss the good old days of Sparta remixes. I will miss the good old days of YouTuber clips being edited and turned it into songs without AI being doing it, like more of an auto-tune. I will miss those days when memes were still good, were still high quality. I will miss those days when grade school was still a thing. And I will miss those good old days when I spent my entire life, my entire junior high school of being online. And subsequently, that led me to the discovery of the one and only DJ Fan. I mean, I initially wanted to go face-to-face on grade 10, but I stayed online for one last time. Who would have knew that decision would change my life forever? And I'm very grateful I still made that choice. I'm very glad I still made that choice, and I still do to this very day. And unfortunately, this choice that I have made for this program is something that I personally have to say that it's very difficult. At the conclusion of today's broadcast, GKB will be on hiatus. And on a personal note, GKB will be back on the same time frame as when TDS will return to the airwaves. Now the question is, when will that happen? We will return when TDS will return. That will be my answer. So I'll be focusing on my academic matters, on my publication duties, as well as, of course, duties right here on Cool FM. To the team here at GKB, I want to say thank you for waiting for a very long time until we reach to the point where I am available and that we can actually do an actual GKB broadcast. First time in a very long time, and that's all I can say. I must say you're a bit too late, but we're only just a few seconds away. It's fine. You still have your show later tonight. You'll have your time. You'll have your time. You'll have your moment. You'll have your moment answering all of your questions on May Sasabihin Ako tonight at 11 o'clock right here on Cool FM. A doctor is returning, by the way. Find out who that is later tonight. Dr. Grass. No, it's not Dr. Grass. Anyways, it is now a couple of seconds away before 2 in the afternoon. That is where we conclude GKB until we meet again. And later tonight on TWC at 10 o'clock, this has been DJ Fan. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next chapter of this program. See you tonight at 10 for TWC. Bye-bye, everybody.
Igot! By 10 minutes. Okay, sige. Copy that.